Hello friends, I am Vidya Patil, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering in Sharad Institute of Technology, Polytechnic Yatra. Today our we are going to continue this unit number 5 of refrigeration and air conditioning for the subject power engineering and refrigeration. In this session, we are going to cover the refrigerants part and the properties of refrigerants, selection of refrigerant for a specific application, and eco-friendly refrigerants. First, we start from refrigerants. First, we know what is a refrigerant. Refrigerant is the substance which carries heat from low temperature region and discharges the same to the high temperature region. Refrigerant removes the heat in the form of sensible heat, as in case of air refrigeration cycle, or sensible heat and latent heat, as in case of vapor compression cycle. That means sensible heat as in case of air refrigeration cycle and latent heat as in case of vapor compression cycle. The working agent in a refrigeration system that absorbs or carries or release the heat from the place to be cooled or refrigerated can be termed as the refrigerant. This heat transfer generally take place through a phase change of the refrigerant. A more complicated definition of this refrigerant could be given as follows: as refrigerant is the fluid used for heat transfer in a refrigerating system that absorbs heat during evaporation from the region of low temperature and pressure and release heat during condensation at the region of higher temperature and pressure. That means our refrigerant which we use in refrigerant system that use for the heat transfer purpose, okay, and which absorbs heat during evaporation and discharge heat during condensation, okay. At evaporation process, that time he absorbs heat at from low temperature and pressure and release heat during condensation, that time at region of higher temperature and pressure, okay. This is all about refrigerant. Now we see the classification of refrigerants. The refrigerants are generally classified into mainly two groups, that is primary refrigerants and secondary refrigerants. Primary refrigerants, these are the refrigerants which cool the substance or space directly by absorbing the latent heat. That means primary refrigerants absorb the latent heat and that directly cool the substance or space, okay. Also it absorbs the heat during evaporation in the evaporator and release heat energy during condensation in condenser. That are the primary refrigerants. That's why these primary refrigerants are also known as the direct expansion system, okay. For example, ammonia, freon, SO2, CO2, these are the primary refrigerants. This also provides the refrigeration by undergoing a phase change process in the evaporator. Next is the secondary refrigerants. Secondary refrigeration, in a refrigeration plant, secondary coolant is used as a cooling medium, okay, which absorbs heat from refrigerated space and transfer to the primary refrigerant in evaporator. Means secondary refrigerants are also known under the name brines or antifreezes. That means secondary refrigerants in refrigeration system that are used as a cooling medium, okay. That cooling medium which absorbs heat from refrigerated space and transfer to the primary refrigerant at in the time of evaporation in evaporator, okay. That are secondary refrigerators. Next, now we see the various properties of refrigerants. Generally, the refrigerant having thermodynamic properties, safe working properties, and physical properties. We see one by one. First, we see the thermodynamic properties of refrigerant. In thermodynamic properties, there are boiling point, freezing point, evaporator and condenser pressure, critical temperature and pressure, also latent heat of refrigerant. These are the thermodynamic properties of refrigerant. First, we see the boiling point, boiling and condensing temperature and pressure. Okay. First, the boiling temperature of refrigerant at atmospheric pressure should be low. Okay, when the evaporator and condensing temperature determines the pressure, and the maximum condensing temperature is largely affected by climatic conditions. So it is desirable to select the refrigerant whose saturation pressure, that means at minimum operating temperature, okay, is few pounds above the atmospheric pressure. So if the boiling temperature of the refrigerant is high at atmospheric pressure, then compressor has to operate at high vacuum. So both evaporator and condenser pressure should be positive and it should be near to atmospheric pressure. Okay. Here in this table some boiling temperatures of the some refrigerants are given here. For example, for the R11 refrigerant, plus 21.77 boiling temperature is given here at atmospheric pressure. So again for R717 for minus 33.3 boiling temperature at atmospheric pressure is given. Also other refrigerants boiling temperature values are also given in this table. Next is the thermodynamic property. In thermodynamic property there is a freezing temperature. Low freezing point of refrigeration is necessary because refrigerant should not freeze under required evaporator temperature. So freezing point of some refrigerants are also given here. Okay, freezing temperature should have low freezing temperatures. Also the most refrigerants is below minus 35 degrees centigrade. So critical temperature is should be also above the maximum condensing temperature, and discharge temperature, that are the high discharge temperature from the compressor, should be avoided, and it because it causes some refrigerants breakdowns as well as poor lubrication effectiveness. Some freezing temperatures are also given for the same refrigerants, that are for R11 the freezing temperature is minus 111, or for R12 there is minus 157.5. These are the also some other refrigerants are also given freezing temperature in this table. Now next is the evaporator and condenser pressure. First, latent heat of refrigeration. Heat which converts the refrigerant from the liquid state to vapor at the state of vaporization, and it should have higher value. So in latent heat of refrigerant, latent heat must be high, so that for the required capacity mass of refrigerant which is circulated will be less, and this also reduces the cost of refrigerant. And the density is the low vapor density refrigerants are preferred, and at the time viscosity, low viscosity of the liquid refrigerant is desired because that reduces the pressure drop in the lines. Also in evaporator condenser pressures, it is desired to have positive pressure in evaporator and condenser, but high pressure requires robust construction. Okay. Now in this table there are given the coefficient of performance and power requirements. Here for example, if we take the refrigerant R30, that time the coefficient of performance for the R30 is 4.90, and the power requirement for the R30 refrigerant is 0.716 kilowatt per ton of refrigeration. These all values for other refrigerants are also given here for the coefficient of performance and power requirements in per ton of refrigerant. Okay. Next, now we see the chemical properties of refrigerants. In chemical properties, also called safe working properties, and first is the toxicity. In toxicity, it is the effect of refrigerant on human body, because toxic refrigerant may cause a suffocation or injury when it is mixed with the air by leakage. And refrigerants like, for example, carbon dioxide or F12 are used in marine applications because they are non-toxic in nature. Okay, next is the flammability. Flammability, it is ideal for the ideal refrigerant should not be flammable, because refrigerant like carbon dioxide, that is CO2, is non-flammable, while hydrocarbons are highly flammable. Okay, so it should not be non-flammable and non-explosive. Next is the corrosiveness. Which refrigerants which are used must be non-corrosive with the material used in system. For example, freon is a non-corrosive for brass and steel and iron materials. Next is the chemical stability. In ideal refrigerant should not decompose at higher temperature. Also, they have chemical stability also. Next, a refrigerant odor that can both are acid and hazard and make it easy to detect the leaks, but at the same time may contaminate the foodstuffs in storage. So these are the chemical. Also, the effect on store product also mostly important, because refrigerant should not affect the color, taste and quality of the store product. For example, NH3 is dissolved in water. NH3 refrigerants dissolve in water and become alkaline. That's why it reacts with the fruits, vegetables. That's why which are acidic in nature. Okay, that's why it is also important to select the refrigerant which do not affect on the store product. Also, the refrigerant do not action with the material of the construction. That means refrigerant should attack on the construction materials used in the system. So, for example, ammonia attacks the copper and copper bearing materials, and iron steel are found suitable for use with ammonia. So hence piping, fitting and walls are manufactured from iron and steels, and joints in ammonia system are therefore of the flange type with gaskets, threaded or welded joints they are used. Also in case of many cases they are used. Here some chemical properties are also given, that is should be non-flammable, should be non-explosive, should be non-toxic, should not react with lubricating oil, should not react with moisture, and should not contaminate the food materials kept inside the refrigerating system. Okay, next there are some physical properties are also, that are specific volume, that should be low in vapor state. That means low specific volume at compressor inlet is always desirable, because it reduces the size of compressor for same capacity. And for the reciprocating compressor, it is used with high specific volume refrigerant. So specific volume are also important, and specific heat of liquid and vapor is also important, because low specific heat of liquid refrigerant and high specific heat of vapor refrigerant is desirable, because it increases the refrigeration effect. That means low specific heat at the time of refrigerant is liquid state, and high specific heat at the time of refrigerant in vapor state. Okay, it is desirable, that time only that increases the refrigerating effect. If low specific heat of liquid helps in subcooling, and high specific heat of vapor helps in superheating. So specific heat of liquid and vapor state is also important. And thermal conductivity, this also one another physical property. So in ideal refrigerant should have high thermal conductivity. And viscosity, for a better heat transfer and low pumping power, that time low viscosity is required. Okay, next is the other properties are also given, that is odor and leak tendency. That means distinct odor or refrigerant helps in leak detection, but it may spoil the taste of food also. And at leak tendency, that ideal refrigerant should not have leak tendency, because leakage generally takes place through the joints, and therefore after the charging the system, all points must be checked to ensure it is leak proof. So that are very important. Also handling and maintenance also should be for easy handling and easy and safe to handle, and maintenance are also easy. That only refrigerants we have to use. And also cost and availability also one important points, because it should be readily available at low cost, and it should have high coefficient of performance and low power requirement. That refrigerants are very useful. So now we see the selection of a refrigerant, okay, for the specific applications. For selection of refrigerants is done by studying properties of thermodynamic properties, like and safe working properties, that means chemical properties. Here, but the choice of the refrigerant mainly by considering the boiling point, freezing point, leak detection, safety, cost, and equipment type and size, and they are depending upon which application we use the refrigerant. We already discussed about the boiling point, that means the refrigerant selected should boil at evaporator pressure only, okay. And the freezing point, that means to maintain the low temperature in evaporator, it is necessary that the selected refrigerant should not freeze under the evaporator temperature, okay. So at leak detection, ideal refrigerant should not have leak tendency, and the refrigerant selected have easy method of leak detection. Also same as safety, cost, and equipment, that means manufacturer of refrigerant compressor pre-select the refrigerant for optimum efficiency of compressor, so that the energy consumption will be less. And for example, if we take 134A refrigerant, depending upon their application, that is used in domestic refrigerant and air conditioning plant, water cooler, window air conditioning, automobile air conditioning, that time we can use 134A refrigerant. And also for frozen food plants, food storage, display cases, and for low temperature application, that time we use F12 refrigerant. Also for ice plant, they are suggested for the ice plant that ammonia and brine refrigerants are generally used. These are the some thermodynamic and safe working physical properties which are generally used for the selection of refrigerant for the specific application. Next is the eco-friendly refrigerants. And eco-friendly refrigerants, according to the protocol signed by the India in 1992, the Ministry of Environment and Pollution taken the decision to phase out the use and production of CFCs and other ozone depleting substances, okay. The alternative, that's why so some alternative eco-friendly refrigerants are used. Here some alternative refrigerants are given, that is R22, R123, R143A, ammonia, and other refrigerants are also given. We see one by one here. First we see R22. R22 is used in frozen food plants and food storages, and also display the cases for the low temperature applications, okay. That is only used for low temperature applications. And R123 is used, it is the future of eco-friendly refrigerant to replace R11, and it is a SFC compound popularly known as SUVA, and it can be used with centrifugal compressor as its specific volume is larger, and it boils at 23.8 degree centigrade. Again R143A and ammonia is given. These are also R43 is also eco-friendly refrigerant to replace the R12, and it is also non-toxic and non-flammable because it replaces R22 equipments with minimum modification, and also it is higher specific heat capacity than R12. So 143 is very eco-friendly refrigerant. So ammonia is also there. It is used in cold storage applications, and it is cheapest refrigerant, and it attacks on the food products, okay. That's why that is not used in food products. And also next is the R69. Yes, This is also future eco-friendly refrigerant for the R502, and it is a mixture of R22, R218 and R290. Okay, and the boiling point for the R69S is the minus 43 degrees centigrade, so it is not flammable and have very low order of toxicity. Next is the R134A. Okay, this is named as tetrafluoroethane, and this is the chemical formula for that is CH2 FCF3. Okay, so it is chlorine free refrigerant, and this is mainly used as a replacement for the R12 in domestic refrigerator, and the replacement to some extent of R22. It is also toxicity is also very low, and its thermodynamic properties are similar to the R12. So it is also not miscible with mineral oils, so synthetic oils are required to be used as a lubricant. Also in car and transport air conditioning, specific refrigerants hose is required here, and it required positive evaporator pressure. So this is R134A is also eco-friendly refrigerant. So also next, hydrocarbon refrigerants are also, so there are some eco-friendly refrigerants like R170, 290, R6600, R600A. These are also some hydrocarbon refrigerants, and their chemical names and chemical formulas are given in this table. These most of hydrocarbon refrigerants are successfully used in industrial and commercial installations, and they possess satisfactory thermodynamic properties, but are highly flammable and explosive. Okay, these are some hydrocarbon refrigerants, and here some refrigerants used for different situations are given. For example, generally these are some applications which are generally used in the domestic and industrial purpose. For example, for ice plant, these are primary ammonia is used and secondary brine solution is used. And for the domestic refrigerator, R12 143A. For a water cooler, R12. Nowadays eco-friendly refrigerant for R12 is replaced by R143A. Okay, we just see the eco-friendly refrigerant R143A properties. Also for the food storage, ammonia and R717 refrigerant is used, and for cold storage R22 and CO2 and liquid nitrogen is used. Also for automobile air conditionings, R12 is used, and for central air conditioning systems for cinema hall, R12 and R114 is used. Also for cold storage for food and vegetable preservations, R22 and CO2 and liquid nitrogen is used. And in cryogenics, liquid nitrogen R503, R13 or R13BI is used. Okay, these are the applications, some for the specific, these are the some refrigerants used for this specific applications. Okay, in this session we cover the refrigerants and their thermodynamic, safe working and physical properties of these refrigerants, and also we see the eco-friendly refrigerants. Which are the eco-friendly refrigerants that we see in this session. In next session we are going to see the applications of refrigerants, for example for domestic applications, for industrial applications, and also providing comfortable environment we see in next session. Okay, thank you.